Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has started his five-nation visit. As part of the five-nation visit, he is going to visit Ghana, then Brazil, where he will be attending the BRICS summit. Then after that, he will be going to Argentina, and from Argentina, he is going to go to the region of Trinidad and Tobago in Caribbean islands. Then thereafter, he is going to visit Namibia before coming back to India. In fact, his visit's intent is to strengthen the global solidarity, particularly the solidarity among the global South nations. And along with that, when he landed in Ghana, the Ghana's government has proclaimed that it is going to give its highest civilian order to Modi. The order is called as, or the award is called as Companion of the Order of the Star of Ghana is the award which is going to be given to him. And similarly, once he reaches to Trinidad and Tobago, there also he will be given the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. As we know well that Trinidad and Tobago are the group of islands which are present in the Caribbean region, which we typically call as West Indies region, and this is a colony to which a lot many Indian immigrants were taken as indentured labor by the Britishers almost 180 years ago. Then along with that, Narendra Modi ji has very clearly stated that the BRICS is going to definitely create a balanced multipolar world, and he also said that BRICS as a summit is going to lead to peaceful, equitable, just, democratic and balanced multipolar world order is one more statement which was made by him. Definitely the visit to BRICS and the meeting of the major economies of the world is going to definitely help India in building a solidarity and building a common agenda on the issues which commonly affect all the nations of the global south. Then over and above this, one more important thing about Narendra Modi's visit is, in fact, Ghana is aspiring to become a vaccine production hub in African region, and it wants Indian support in order to become the vaccine production hub. That is the reason why, so they have given, or they might have given, the highest civilian order to Modi ji. Then along with that, Ghana is also going to provide us the access to African Union, and along with that, one of the key organization in Africa, that is Economic Community of West African States. Then in one more important development today, the Quad finance ministers have met in Washington. In fact, India is represented by its foreign minister 𝐾𝐨𝐰𝐧𝐥𝐸𝐵, and the Quad summit has clearly made a statement saying that all the four Quad countries are condemning the Pahalgam attack in strongest terms, and they also said that all the perpetrators who are involved in the Pahalgam attack, they should be brought to justice. And they also stated very, very clearly that it's not just about the people who are involved in the action, their sponsors and the people who provide funds to the terrorists, all of them should be collectively condemned, is the statement which has been given by the Quad ministers. And as we know well, Quad is a grouping of Japan, India, Australia and USA, particularly focusing on the Indo-Pacific region. And one more important development of the Quad is, usually Quad used to respond to numerous global conflicts during the time of Joe Biden era. And in the first meeting of the Quad after Donald Trump became the president of USA, it has dropped all references to the global conflicts and started focusing only on the regional issues of Indo-Pacific. There was no reference to Russia-Ukraine war. There was no reference to Israel-Gaza war in the Quad declaration. In fact, the Quad has passed a new resolution saying that there are four areas of focus in the new agenda. One is maritime security. Second is economic prosperity and security. The third one is critical and emergent technologies. And the fourth is humanitarian and disaster response. And all the four areas are of critical significance for India, primarily because we are aspiring to become, in fact, a dominant power in the Indian Ocean region. And we are also having an aspiration to be the net security provider in the Indian Ocean region. That is the reason why this resolution is of great value for India. And along with that, in fact, the Quad also said very clearly that all the member countries of UN should strictly follow UN Security Council resolutions with respect to terrorism, and all the people who are involved in terrorism, they have to be brought to justice. Then along with that, in one more important development, the Kerala High Court has said that it is going to ask a judge of the Kerala High Court to watch a movie called 𝐃𝐨𝐰𝐧𝐥𝐨𝐚𝐝 versus State of Kerala. In fact, this is a movie which has been acted by Suresh Gopi, the Union Minister, and this movie did not get the clearance of certification of Central Board of Film Certification, that is the CBFC of India. Let's try to understand this. CBFC as an institution or organization, it has been established by the Indian government with the intent of providing certification to the movies, that is classifying the movies as adult, okay, U by A, okay, so then along with that U 18 plus. This way they have classified the movies in different categories based on the suitability of the audience. But of late, the board which was meant to certify the films has got converted into a censor board, primarily because what is happening is the CBFC is in fact suggesting cuts to the movie makers, saying that if you make these cuts you are going to get a particular certification, or sometimes it is outrightly denying certification to the movies. But when was it proposed to be a censorship board, it was meant to only certify the movies but not to censor them. But of late it is resorting to censorship. And one more important aspect that we need to understand about the CBFC is earlier, at least for the CBFC judgments and cuts, there used to be an appellate tribunal which is called as Film Certification Appellate Tribunal. But in 2021, this Film Certification Appellate Tribunal has been abolished. Now the only medium for the artists and producers is directly to reach out to the High Court. And similarly, when denied this kind of certification by the CBFC, this 𝐃𝐨𝐰𝐧𝐥𝐨𝐚𝐝 movie, immediately the producers went to the High Court of Kerala asking them to watch the movie, and based on that they will come to their own judgment, because the CBFC's main opposition to this 𝐃𝐨𝐼𝐧𝐥𝐨𝐚𝐝 case is that the name of Janaki, which is the other name of Sita Devi, has been used in the movie. But the producers of the film say that it is not meant to hurt the religious sentiments of anyone. It is meant to bring about a issue of violence against women in the society. Similarly, there was one more case in Madras High Court too, where the CBFC denied certification to a movie of the very famous Tamil director by the name of Vetrimaran, and his movie Manushi, it also did not get certification, and the censor board, censor board 9, so it is CBFC, that is Film Certification Board, it did not even specify the reason why it has denied the certification. So he had to go to the High Court, and with the High Court direction, they have suggested some edits and said that if they make these edits, then only they will permit the movie to be displayed in movie theaters. So in fact, movies is the only medium in India where there is the system of certification, and because of this system of certification only, all of these challenges are emerging. Maybe, okay, certifying or creating censor or creating pre-censorship for only one visual medium while letting all other visual mediums to be displayed very freely is something which raises questions on why films are under excessive regulation. Indian Council for Medical Research and National Center for Disease Control have conducted some tests, and along with the tests, they also conducted a study and proclaimed to the world that COVID-19 vaccine in no way is related to the sudden heart attacks which have been happening over the past few years. In fact, multiple news agencies, social media networks, and WhatsApp universities are proclaiming that COVID-19 vaccine is related to sudden spike in heart diseases, particularly among the young adults who are from 18 to 45 years of age. But ICMR, after conducting a study called Retrospective Multicentric Matched Case Control Study, has proclaimed to the world that there is no interrelation between the COVID-19 vaccine and the sudden death. In fact, the sudden death spike is not out of normal, and post-COVID, most of the heart attack deaths that have happened, they are primarily because of some genetic mutations, unhealthy lifestyle, binge eating and binge drinking. Then along with that, it is also sometimes related to pre-existing conditions, and it is not in any way directly correlated to the COVID-19 vaccine. So the rumors about the vaccine being a cause of these sudden causes of death has led to rise of vaccine hesitancy among the Indian population. That is, the Indian population are not ready to accept the COVID-19 vaccine anymore. But these kind of rumors, they cause more harm, primarily because despite of so many lives being saved with the COVID-19 vaccine, the rumor of these kind of sudden deaths, it will lead people to avoid the vaccination, increasing their risk of getting infected by the COVID-19 vaccine or an advanced variant of the same. Then along with that, in one more important development in today's news, the Reliance Communication or the Reliance Group led by Anil Dhirubhai Ambani has been declared as a fraud by SBI. In fact, SBI has extended a loan of nearly 48,216 crores to Reliance Communication and its proprietor and director Anil Ambani. And after getting such a tremendous loan, what happened is the Reliance Communication as a business, it has tanked and it has become a non-performing asset. And apart from becoming a non-performing asset, right now the SBI, after conducting a forensic audit into the group's bank accounts, has declared that there was a lot of diversion of funds, and along with that, many funds of the Reliance Communication have been used for purposes which do not suit with the terms and conditions of the loan. That is the reason why the company should be declared as a fraud company and the account should be also declared as a fraud account. And once the fraud account declaration is done, the SBI handed over any possible action to the higher authority, that is RBI. Now the Reserve Bank is going to start criminal and civil charges against Anil Ambani. Even the CBI investigation is also due in this particular case. Okay, then along with this, one more important aspect that we need to understand is, in fact, the promoters of the company right now are liable for civil and criminal action. Then along with that, if any kind of fraudulent activity with the bank loans, if it is conducted, right now under the RBI's master direction on frauds, the company's promoters are going to be charged under both civil and criminal cases. Thank you.